It's so early. Why do they make us go to school in the mornings? Don't they know that us growing witches need at least, 14 hours of sleep a day? Gosh. Oh, well. Welcome to my nice little shop over here. Yeah, this is classroom 1B. You didn't get it wrong. I definitely have the clearance to set up like this. Don't mind the mess and don't touch anything you're not supposed to. Are you guys here for the fortune telling club? Are you guys here to join or get your fate read? Very important distinction. Because you see, there's a little bit of a problem I've run into. No, it's not that we have 2 strikes on our books with the principal. How did you even hear about that? Gosh. You see, I may or may not have blown through our club funds to buy the latest couple of decks I just got and some of the trinkets you see behind me. Some of those crystals were rare. At least that's what the Etsy's listing said. So I had to snap it up while it was still listed. Okay. What if I missed my chance? And then how would you be responsible for my fate if I didn't have my lucky item, right? So, I do offer 2 things here. I offer prospective students a lesson in basic tarot reading, and I also offer readings. Yay! Whoa, that's so cool. I know, it's only the fortune telling club. Unfortunately, we are not allowed to just lounge about on our phones. We did get a school bulletin about how clubs should operate within the school, which is to say we must have regular activities and services we offer. Otherwise, we are not allowed to charge, for our tents during the school festivals. But it's, strictly between us. It's business, right? It's just think about it as club fees. Yeah, club fees that you have to pay for my time. Yeah, they definitely help with the ambience. Ambience is important. It's all about reading energies, right? Yeah, the energies are, definitely part of the reading. You just can't have a day with bad jujus, The vibe's all off. So we have a couple of rules here. Bam, look at them. Look, I had to draw this up for everybody. After the last time we got in trouble and may or may not have gotten sued. So here is my disclaimer for the club. Our readings are for entertainment purposes only. Principal, please understand. This is a club for students with a mutual interest in a hobby. I'm not running something professional. I don't need a license. It's not under the table, okay? Money is definitely tips, right? Yeah. It's just my services are so great that people want to tip me or buy me boba or a school snack or something. Another thing is, readings are only for you. They're only for the querent. So if you ask me if your sisters, boyfriends, the roommate or something, if they have something coming for them, I don't know, buddy. You have to drag them here. I have to read their vibes, And if their vibes are not in the room with us, then they're missing and I cannot do it. I cannot check if your crush likes you or not. I'm sorry. I can only check if you like your crush. Signs point to yes. You consent to everything you sign up for. Everything. It just... Does it fall under everything? Is that under the umbrella everything? If yes, you sign up for it. And we bear no responsibility for your fate, love life, etc. or lack thereof. You can't blame me for the results. The results speak for themselves. They are, you know, what is determined for you in your path of life. I am merely the messenger, so do not shoot me. That's not allowed in school. Yep, so these are the terms and conditions. Sign up for them or don't, but either way, you can't come after me. Legally speaking, I'm pretty sure that is what we were taught in class. Yeah, legal ramifications. Am I right? Here is also the menu. Okay, so here's the menu. The first one is free. That's a freebie. You get a taste. It's called free samples. You know, $1 for one card. Usually those are yes or no's. Will you get boba today? One card. Bam! Card says yes. You should always get boba. Unless you're buying for a certain witch instead. In which case, you can forego your boba rights. You can pass them to someone else. $5 for 3 card spread. That's usual Etsy witch going prices. If you're paying more than that, you're probably getting scammed. But you might get a free candle with it. If you at least get a free candle with it, I think it's worth it, right? It's kind of nice. Spells are kind of expensive. $5 fee for trauma dumping. Listen, you're paying for a reading. I'm not here to give you a life consultation on why your last girlfriend left you. That's very nice and all, but I don't really know if that is, instrumental in my reading for you today. So if you decide to start you know, laying all that PTSD on me, I am also not a certified therapist. I'm only a certified witch, and that's I'm just gonna say that's rough, buddy. And if you start blubbering on me, that's $10. Pay up. I don't deal with trauma. I don't deal with tears. I have the emotional capacity to handle, just to handle 2D emotions only. If it's an anime character, maybe I'll care. If it's you, you're gonna have to, you know, take a seat on the side, get a juice box from the nurse, maybe call your mommy. I don't know. I don't got anything else for you. No refunds if you don't like the results. Like I said, don't shoot the messenger. Teehee. That's not on me. Predicting what I'm gonna make for dinner. Well, that's... you know, I should just tell you. You should just buy. It's Sunday. Treat yourself. $20 for therapy session. You know what? Yes, if you have to. If you have to, then at least pay for it. Am I right? If I'm being a pseudo-therapist, then I will. Oh, is my link not working? Oh, that's weird. So, it's the Streamlabs. I guess it's been a while since I've actually used that command. I don't usually use Twitch commands. Anyway, we can go over how basic tarot works first, so you guys get an idea of the reading and stuff like that. So actually, you know what? I have my deck is shuffled. That is a conundrum. It's shuffled. I don't have the major arcana in front of me. I guess we could look for it. Oops. Well, if you guys don't know what tarot is, there is like let's just say there's various decks within tarot cards. So, for the overall purposes of what I refer to tarot, I'm usually referring to the Rider-Waite deck. The Rider-Waite deck is the standard 78 card deck that most people use. I use something very similar, but it's like a goddess spin-off to it usually. It's also the one that, like, you know, you pull out the cards and you just like, ta-da! It's everything from there that you might recognize, but this is full random. I don't know how to. I can't pull the cards that I asked for. I'm not rigging it, you know? It's not rigged. But this is basically what a card looks like. The artwork may change depending on the different decks, but the standard 78 cards are always going to be the same. Not tarot boba, gosh. Yeah, exactly. It's shuffled. It's not rigged. It's not rigged. So we have what is called basically like the Fool's Journey and the basic Rider-Waite deck, where you start off with the very first card in the higher major arcana, the 0, which is the Fool, and that's you. But it's okay, it's also me. It's everybody who has just started their journey. So the Fool's Journey starts with the Fool, who is new to this world. They're a card of beginnings, yeah. There's 22 cards within the Major Arcana, and the Major Arcana describes his journey from 0 all the way to the last card, which is the 21st card. So there's 22 cards, but it starts with 0. And at the beginning, the Fool is a simple soul. Think somebody with innocence still, with faith and optimism, who sees life as a place of potential. I don't know what that is like, but you know, just think of someone like Mochi, right? With someone with still like joy left in their life. Someone who can wake up in the morning and be excited for all the, like, you know, various opportunities that might be open to them still, instead of feeling jaded and sad about life. They're spontaneous, and they're like, you know, they're just unaware of all the hardships they might face. And unfortunately for them, they're about to learn some hard truths. They're about to learn some lessons of the world. Well, but it's okay. It's okay. When you pull the Fool, it still means that, you know, there's unlimited potential because they're a blank slate. Life has yet to write anything on them, right? Anything could happen. Good things, bad things. The whole journey, yeah. And that's why the Fool is 0. They're the beginning, so they're kind of outside of the number system because they're not yet positive or negative. They're a baby right at birth, right? So the tarot kind of believes in the blank slate theory here. They're 0, but they can be injected with lots of different worldly desires, spiritual desires, the works, yeah. So we all start off as the Fool at 0. But when you pull the Fool, I mean, it's in the name, right? It also means folly, right? It means he's naive. Somebody that knows nothing but wants to take on the world? Well, yeah. So it might mean they're a little too naive for what's coming. We'll see. The next cards. The first 2 cards they meet. Well, if you're a Fool, you need someone of a guide, right? You need someone of... Well, you need to, like, kind of encounter with the forces that make up the world, sort of. And the first card is the Magician, and the second card is the female counterpart to the Magician, the High Priestess. So, the Fool immediately encounters the Magician and the High Priestess. Those two represent magic and a world of tarot. What magic is implying is usually skills, like a combination of skills and consciousness. So, like, if we want to talk about the active skills, we talk about the Magician. Something that you are consciously aware of. You know you are good at it, and you are capable of turning it into, like, fruition. So, let's say, like, you have a problem that's, like, related to work or something, right? Like, homework and stuff. If you pull, like, the Magician, it's like, oh, you know, like, stuff you're good at. You know you're good at math, you're good at studying, you're good at notes, you're good at whatever, right? So that directly applies to stuff like your will, your power, the forces that you can handle, that you can, like, kind of manifest. And then on the flip side is the High Priestess. She is the mysterious unconscious. Now, the dichotomy of female to like female and male within the tarot always represents, like, these two sides, where the masculine energy is like I think it's is it yin or yang? This, like, the sun, right? So the male's the sun. They're usually like this very active strength that you can consciously wield. Whereas the female side, the feminine side is your subconscious. It is the moon. It's the other side. It's about your, like, inner self, what you haven't tapped into. It's your intuition. It's your potential. The ability to draw out what you yourself are not fully aware of and, like, fully utilize, like, strengths you don't know you have. So it's not about good or bad. It's not positive or negative per se. It's just, like, two sides of yourself, your coin. It's also the same in if you read astrology. In astrology, you have your sun sign and your moon sign. Your sun sign is the sign that everyone knows about. Like, say you're born on this day. I was born in May, so I am a Taurus, right? That's my sun sign. That's the sign that everybody sees, your outward self. Everyone kind of knows you as. Your moon sign is their hidden self. Sometimes you're not fully in tune with, even. Your emotional side, the side that no one but you sees, your private side. So, those are the two sides that are always present within tarot. And then they just get a masculine or feminine bent. Just because it's been traditionally like, oh, men are better at, like, being extroverted, I guess. I don't know. And women are better at, like, being just, like, balancing their emotions or intuition, looking inward and stuff. But it's not really strictly about, you know, men or women. Did that. Yeah, we're getting your potential unlocked. True. We're summoning Black Magician. True. The Magician card is me, by the way. I'm the Magician. I'm the witch here. Hi. Okay, so we're going over the tarot. That was a little bit of a long-winded one, but the Fool's Journey on to card number 3, which is card number 3, the 4th card in the Major Arcana. It's the Empress. So the Empress comes right before the Emperor. The Empress, again, she's going to be what is embodying the feminine ideals in tarot. So in the feminine ideals, she's kind of like a nurturing presence. She's a mother, but not just for people. As the Empress, she's in charge of the world. She's in charge of the earth. So she represents nature as well. She represents, like, everything that is abundant and good on our earth. Everything we need to survive. all the like sights and sounds that we encounter in our world that kind of like delight us, right? Which is, you know, usually nature in this case, but you know, other people too, right? Anything in the world that like inspires you for goodness, creativity, stuff like that. So the Empress represents the goodness of the world. And on the flip side, we have the Emperor. The Emperor will be the father figure. He's supposed to be wisdom, authority, and structure. So while the Fool encounters the mother, the Fool also encounters the father. And the father, in this case, is strict. He gets rules. He's been coddled up until now, but until he meets the Emperor, he learns that not everything he can do, you know, is good for himself. And that's why there are rules in place that he must follow to live in a society. And while those restrictions may be frustrating, he learns that he can become a better person following his purpose. I'm a witch? I am a witch! Oh, nice to meet you. Welcome to the fortune telling club. What do you mean this anime I'm describing? Oi! A tarot is older than you and I. Most people might mistakenly think that the tarot is here to, like, be about magic or the divine, but the tarot has always been... It's been a pagan thing, right? It is a pagan thing. And it's not like... It's never really been sanctioned, I suppose. But it's also more for advice. It's like trying to tap into what the world is subconsciously trying to tell you or point you towards. If you need guidance in your life, then the tarot can offer you certain solutions and help lay out your life and your situation for yourself. And for the major arcana especially, it tells you where you are in your journey. That's why you can see if you pull a major arcana, it always means something incredibly important in your life is about to happen. And you can kind of directly use this allegory to place yourself in the Fool's shoes. So after the Emperor, the Fool meets the Hierophant. The Hierophant is like basically styled as a priest. He's like a pope figure. So there's a fancy non Christian way of saying like a priest or pope. He represents like a belief system. He represents tradition. You could say like education as well, because you know in olden times you got educated by going to church. Somebody who is like a religious figure in that they are part of like a church or belief system. There's like a structure there, and because of that they can impart the teachings from the past, which is the bigger part. They train people in the practices of society, and they pass down that tradition and that worldview. And the Fool encountering the Hierophant is learning to identify with a group, right? Because traditionally the church has always been a place of belonging, of how you can learn the customs of society but also conform to them. Whether or not you want to conform is usually a question when you pull the Hierophant. Afterwards, this is the popular card for you guys to ask. Afterwards, he encounters the Lovers. Big question here. Honestly, I should give an extra $5 fee to ask for your love life. You know, I can't manifest anything for you. I can't fix the Fool. There's no cue for the reading so far. I'm going over how to read tarot cards first. At least the red or white one. Not everything. I'll go over oracle cards afterwards. When the Fool faces the Lovers, it means he feels a pull towards passion for the first time. He starts yearning for something he's never had, which is a relationship. for some sort of fulfillment or some sort of satisfaction. Either way, he needs to determine his own values. He needs to see, like what exactly he wants and balance that towards, you know, his momentary fleeting feelings. Does he want love or lust? And then afterwards, well, you know, what comes with love, especially in medieval times? War! The card afterwards is the Chariot, which represents, well, you know, it represents a lot of things, but usually war. In this case, victory as well. So, the Chariot is a card that is about willpower. It's about having the command over the forces needed to achieve a victory in life. If you are able to assert yourself, you're able to find success. And the Fool here has become an adult, able to feel confidence, but is able to also wield it rather than just having baseless confidence of the youth. And what do you need to win your wars? You need strength. The 8th card, or 9th card, is strength. So, now that they face a lot of challenges, now that they're an adult, they're starting to suffer from disillusionment for the first time. They're starting to have setbacks. They're starting to see that life isn't that easy. It's not all, you know, rainbows that he thought it was. So you need strength to overcome it. With strength, you need patience and tolerance and stuff like that. And just when he thought he had everything under control, what happens? What happens when you think you're on top of the world and you got everything? That's right, depression. So, you know, you always hit that midlife crisis, right? You hit that bump in the road where everything's trending upwards and all of a sudden, bam, plateau. He hits the Hermit card and he starts questioning everything he always knew. Why? Why? Why are things this way? Why is life hard? Why am I this way? Why do people live just to die? Why do people live just to suffer? He wants to search for these answers, and that answer can only be found inward, which is what the Hermit is for. When you isolate yourself, you have all this time to block out the outside world, seeking solitude, and looking inward for advice and finding, you know, soul searching. I asked that on the daily. Well, it's okay. Good news for the Fool, because afterwards, after all his soul searching, he starts slowly to see how things connect. Super Meimi Beam! Facts! Thanks so much for the tip and the order. You have to let me know what you want, though. You have to let me know what you want if you want, like, if you have a question, okay? So, the Fool encounters the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune! Double or nothing. He sees a vision. Finally, after much searching and living, he starts seeing the bigger picture. Is life a game? Is life meaningless? He sees that, at least for him, the world does have a design. It is wacky, you know? It's whatever the fates, you know, decide, which is why it's a Wheel of Fortune. You spin it, and you see how your destiny will lead you down a path, but he still sees that there is a path. It's just weird. Maybe you did have to suffer in order to move onwards, right? So your sense of purpose is now restored, depression conquered. How does this work? You have to let me know if you like want a reading for anything in particular. You have a question or something. Also, I'll give some free readings afterwards as well if you have less like general inquiries or whatever. So the fool, after deciding his values, encounters justice. He decides he has responsibility. A responsibility for his past actions that he needs to make amends for. Responsibilities to make important choices that affect other people's lives. And, you know, be part of, you know, good morals in the world. Can't just do what he wants. He now knows actions have consequences and there's cause and effect. Afterwards, we have the Hanged Man. Now, the Hanged Man is a dreary card, but rather than death, it means sacrifice, right? Somebody who is at a point where they're just tied up and they have nothing to do but let go. Yeah, life is rough if you're defeated, if you're lost. Sometimes you do have to let it go. Sometimes you can't fight for control. You don't have control. And not everything necessarily works as you think it should. But perhaps life has a meaning for that and a reason for that.
Ask again later.
Can I get a reading of my life in general? Cries in the corner. Yes, you may get a free cry and some trauma dumping with that on the side. Sure. Right after this. Maybe my first Arcana Force deck. What the heck? Not everything is Yu-Gi-Oh! This is before Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, so once you're suspended and your world is turned upside down, you can also get a new perspective. So the Hangman sees life in a different way while upside down. Give me the spread. Hi, Mirrors. Okay, I can't promise good luck for any of you, though. And then what card comes after the Hangman? Death. You die. Just kidding. Death is about the death of old bad things in order for
check
good
yourself
things
before
to happen
you wreck
as well.
yourself.
A general life reading? Thank you, Freeman. Your cry tax is beforehand? What if you get a good one? I guess you get a free happy cry. You get a free happy cry too. So if you get the death card, it's not a bad thing. It just means that you are in a period of change. And change is painful sometimes. But change also means that, you know, new things will come. You just have to grow after a winter. And then we have the rest is pretty self-explanatory, but I'll go over them quickly. Temperance. You just have temperance is balance, you know, just stop over drinking, man. Put that bottle down. It's bad for you. Your mom's worried. Call her. The devil. The devil in all things. He uses your ignorance to tempt you towards, you know, bad things. Smile. Or me. You know, I would never. But if you have to swear allegiance to a cult or something like that, could you consider mine, perhaps? Mr. Majokko maybe has an Orbacle, but you know, that's under the table. There's a slight membership fee is all. If you get the tower, like I pulled last time for my lovely Orbacles, because they really wanted to pull that tower. As I said, it's the worst card in the entire deck. It just means death and destruction. I really don't know how I don't know any other way to say the tower. It's just bad. We have the star, which is a very good star. You know, wish upon a star, hope, aspirations, wishes. We have the moon, which is not great. It's hard to see things under the moonlight, so it's more about illusions. It's about fears that come up at night. It's about things that are perhaps deceiving you because you don't have the sun, which is the next card. The sun now enlightens you. You see everything openly. You feel reassured. You feel revitalized. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if any of you guys have been walking under the sun recently. But get some vitamin D. It's good for you. And then finally comes Judgment Day. Judgment Day. At the end of your life, at the end of your journey, you have learned so much. The fool is now being judged after everything they've learned. You can be reborn. You can be absolved. It can be, you know, it can be good or bad. Depending on how you live your life. And finally, the world! They have reached the end of their journey. They feel enlightened. They feel fulfilled. They've accomplished much. So they're worldly. And they're part of the world now. Their accomplishments have contributed to the greater world. So that is the fool's journey. Zawarudo, yes, but it's the opposite. It doesn't stop time. Grass touching world, true. Okay, hang on. Let me show you my cards.
Majokko Meimi.
Look, I have cards for you. You can actually pick from the decks if you want. So this is for one card ones. This is for one card ones if you just need a wake-up call. This is my version of the Rider White deck. So it's a tarot bend, but it's still the same cards. It's just more feminine. So instead of the masculine energy being more prominent, we have the empresses and the goddesses and stuff like that. And then we have... Oops, this one's upside down. This is my Oracle deck. I'll briefly touch upon what Oracle decks are. So, you know, we have the traditional 78 cards. We, generally speaking, can get most of our answers from that. But specifically, like, it's very vague, right? It's like advice in the Fool's Journey. If you are going through life and you're also on the Fool's Journey, then this might help you. But it's very obscure, right? It's like, it'll be like, search inward to find your answer. And you'll be like, how? How do I do that? Oh, great one. Well, a lot of people turn to Oracle decks because they are much more clear. So Oracle decks are actually by the Cardomancer, in this case, Mr. Fez Inkwright, a wonderful pseudonym there, who drew and wrote this. Sometimes they work with several people. So you can have an artist that is commissioned to draw the cards and the Cardomancer who writes it separately, if they're more like well-versed in tarot and stuff like that. In this case, it's just the same person. And this one is a D&D theme. It's a Citadel. It's a fantasy RPG theme. So rather than 78 cards, we have however many cards they decide they want to have to fulfill their questions and their needs. And like you draw archetypes instead. So rather than just drawing the 5 of Cups or whatever, like what does the 5 of Cups mean if you don't have them memorized and don't have a guide on you, right? So you might want something that's very clear. So depending on the Oracle deck, I have a couple. This is my favorite one because it's the prettiest. Depending on what you pull out, it's very clear from the very beginning. Like if you pull a card, and the card just says like the shepherd, right? The shepherd right here. Right away, you have an image of what a shepherd is, right? And that's the main thing that nobody can teach you about reading tarot cards. It's 100% intuition based. And when you ask somebody to read your cards and do your reading for you, a lot of the time, it's influenced by how that person sees you. You. You, dear classmate. So how they perceive the card is a reflection on what energy and what vibe they get from you. And how you read it is going to be probably the most accurate because you're supposed to follow your gut reaction. If you hear something like the shepherd in your situation, right? Most people will think good things, to be honest, right? The shepherd is finding lost sheep, keeping them safe, has a simple pastoral life, right? Nothing terrible is going to happen if you hear that, as opposed to like the devil. So what you get from the card on first impression is actually the most important compared to what the card is actually about. But the actual card reading is going to give you like an overview of the scene that they intended for you to see, and some cards, some words to like associate with your situation. And there are going to be a lot of different words, right? But you gravitate towards what you think will apply the most, what like speaks to you the most in the situation. So, Oracle decks are less about like the fool's journey, which is like a very, very linear journey through life, and more about like either clarity, you can use it in conjunction. For example, you do a full reading with this deck and you're like, I just need one more piece of advice. I want a card to help me like explain how this journey is gonna be. You can pull an extra card from an Oracle deck to help like just like clarify things. Or you can just do Oracle deck solely based on, you know, these archetypes. But in that case, you might want to frame your question a little bit differently as well. Yeah, it depends on the Oracle deck, of course. Yeah, exactly. Listen, the medieval life. To be fair, everybody was living like this back then, okay? You can't complain. You were probably a peasant too. That shepherd, at least he's got sheep to eat and wool to keep him warm. What do you have, sir? You're gonna move to the city and to the dirty, dusty city and start working in a factory? You're not a knight. Don't kid yourself. You're not born into royalty. Okay. I don't really have a visible queue. So let me make one right now, okay? So you guys can see where is my source. Oh no, you know what? I named them weird things. I don't remember what it's called anymore. Oh wait, okay. This is this one. And then let's do a new text one. I'll just choose something, I guess. It's on here. Oh, that's my Majokko Meimi one. Never mind. Let's not do that one. Oh, my random name texts. Oops. Oh, this one's like a set list. Oh, this one Nani got turkey. Nice. Okay. Okay, this is the queue so far. Does that work? I'll put it over here. Da 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 da. Da da da. Okay. My last two brought it out. Man. You should obviously be going to your local witch and apothecarian, huh? And then we will give you some leeches and sort you out right quick. What do you mean we just type join? Huh? No? I'm gonna do these first. Okay. So Fax just wanted one life in general. I'm gonna do a 3 card with this one then. Mario Kart's in 30 minutes. Yeah, unfortunately. So I can't do that Vedic. Okay, guys? Oh. I have a alarm to let me know. I'll do it as fast as I can. Okay. Okay, so this is Fax's first. We just have to like kind of shuffle like this, you know, because some cards are gonna be in reverse. But I'm just gonna speed through it since it was like shuffled last time. One of the main things you have to watch out for is that you use your non-dominant hand to cut and draw. Usually if you're before me, I would ask you to cut the deck, and then that will really determine how the cards land, you know? You have to use your non-dominant hand to cut the deck for me, and that imbues your subconscious, because your dominant hand is linked to the like kind of like the worldly side. So, yeah, like that. Also, I didn't do my nails. Don't look at them. I'm just too lazy to pull out my gloves. Okay, and then we gotta turn like this so that we don't do anything upside down. Okay, 6 of Swords. Oh man. Okay. So the first card we pull is going to be the past. Okay. So this card represents either a situation that you have like been coming from, or some like influence that has been, you know, kind of holding you back or whatever. So, in this case, the Six of Swords is a sword suit. Sword suit is very painful, in my opinion. You have to cut things away. You have to take action and use wisdom, to you know, move forward. Is what the sword suit is usually about. In this case, the Six of Swords is someone, you can see someone who is on a boat. She's got her swords with her. Oh, it's sorry, it's like not properly. Here we go. Okay. It's very pretty, isn't it? In this case, it's about knowledge. So you are on a journey. You don't have enough knowledge yet. At least this is in your past situation. So up until now, you feel like you are traveling from one point to another, either physically or metaphorically. In life, you need more knowledge to help you overcome your current limitations. And you want to slowly lessen the difficulties you're facing. Next card is going to be your present. Oh! Major Arcana! Yippee! Yippee! It's Rhiannon! So this is my goddess deck, so all the Major Arcana is replaced by goddesses. So let me read that a little bit for you. So instead of the, you know, movement is not like part of the traditional one, but movement is like a nicer way of saying. It's a nicer way of saying some of the cards. Like instead of like death, for example, or there's like transformation, and instead of like the hangman, there's sacrifice in this one. Yeah. So the movement card, Rhiannon, she is a British horse goddess believed to appear to her followers while riding an unearthly white horse. In this way, she represents the unceasing force of movement which pulls life with it. Very cool. She is actually supposed to be the Wheel of Fortune, I believe. Yeah, she's the Wheel of Fortune. So, whenever the Major Arcana appears in your life, it means this is an important, like, turning point in your life right now. In your present right now, if you feel like a lot is going on. Movement into your next phase of life. So you are traveling and learning, and now this is really saying that you are feeling impatient. You want change to happen already, and you don't like being in limbo. But there's not really anything you can do to rush it. And it's also saying don't worry. The transition's actually gonna go pretty smoothly. Like, for example, if you have a career advancement, if you have
The
like
orb says,
anything
ask
that
again
you're
later.
starting, and you're moving to a new place, you know, meeting new people or whatever, it's a good timing. It's something that will happen that will happen pretty, you know, decently in your life. We don't have that much time, guys. I can't do too many, okay? But yeah. Last card. Oh, upside down. It's the King of Pentacles, but upside down. Oh, I'm sorry. You're gonna lose money. Bam. Okay, well, the King of Pentacles, I mean, upright, he's usually a card that, like, is about, like, oh, he's able to, like, generate a lot of wealth, right? Because he's the king. He's usually somebody who is very good at his business. Upside down, it's saying in the future, take a closer look at any deals, anything you're spending on. Be realistic. Don't invest in, like, crazy things. Watch where your wallet is going. Okay? And, you know, just be frugal if you must, but at least be prudent with your investments. Pentacles is literally just about money. It's about business ventures. It's about physical money. Yeah, so watch out, okay? Do your best, Ferrix. Thank you for your business. Now you may go cry in the corner. Go into the designated crying corner, please. Don't invest in fake Etsy, which is only real ones. Yes. Let me add Tobito now to the list. Tobito. Okay, and this one's done. Da-dum. Okay. Next one! Miras! Hello, Miras! Can I get into queue for reading? Right now it is... We're doing... We're doing the Dota ones first. I can maybe do some afterwards if I'm really fast. I did not realize... Ah! I have to do Mario Kart soon. The Orbacle has spoken! I'm Miraz! Welcome to the Orbacles! I hope you enjoy your emotes! They're joining the Orbacle, guys! One of us! Ponder the orb properly! I don't have my orb on me. Ooh, where did I put him? Okay. First card! Damn, 5 of staves. Okay. As you can see from this picture, what's going on? What's going on? All these women with sticks fighting in the sunset. What kind of anime is that? The staves is usually about a journey. You know, usually like a spiritual journey more so, but like it's really much. It's like about like kind of channeling like creativity, channeling like the sun, and encouraging growth on the land, stuff like that. It's the element of fire as well, and it has to do with the sun. Upright. This is basically what you can imagine. They're fighting. They actually are fighting. So that means up until now or in your recent past, have you been in some untimely conflicts? Do you feel like you were in some sort of challenge with other people that are just, you know, competing with you for the sake of competing? Not really sure why. It's not like you were going for a prize or anything. They just want to be, you know, testy with you. Maybe it's their ego speaking or something like that. Either way, it's about you being embroiled in so much like fighting that you've kind of lost sight of what's important, because you're not doing it for a goal anymore. Like there's just people that are just kind of being obstacles in your path. So I hope you move on for them. That sucks. Okay, next one. Oh, Queen of Pentacles upside down. Meredith, is your business okay? What the heck? I'm sorry. So yeah, so the Queen of Pentacles is at the end of this Pentacle suit in this deck. I hope this lighting is okay. Maybe I'll make it a little bit brighter. In reverse, however, unfortunately, it means that you need to ground yourself. This is your card representing your present situation. Maybe you're approaching life over materialistically. Maybe you have lost a bit of focus. Basically, spending too much, but only doing it on like basic material goods and not really for things you necessarily need. Or like are investing towards the future. And thus you're going to feel disappointed at the moment because you feel dissatisfied. You keep trying to fulfill it by buying things or like adding things, but rather you need to look beyond that. If I panic laugh, it's so true. Okay, I told you no refunds if you don't like your results. And last card. Oh, okay, so we got the Ace of Pentacles. Alrighty, so this is the first card of the Pentacle suit, and this is the last card, I mean. So just like the Fool, we go from the beginning Ace to the Queen. So it's telling you to restart your journey. It's telling you to go back to your beginnings. Think about like, you know, at the start, find the like creativity, the inspiration that really compelled you to start your journey. And kind of refocus your energy on like feeling that like, I guess like being more in tune with what life is kind of promising you. So this card usually represents a lot of things like prosperity, like potential for like fertility and generosity and stuff, right? It's like the seed that is going to germinate a new phase of life. And it has that potential. But you have to grow that plant in order to finally harvest it. So yeah. So it's saying right now you're in a kind of a difficult spot and you're feeling a bit disappointed and you're not sure if throwing money at it is the solution. It's saying go back to why you started your journey, what motivates you, and what makes you happy, and find new avenues. And thank you for your order. True. If you guys want to cleanse yourselves from the bad juju, there's a couple ways you can do it. One, you can get a lucky item. We sell lots of lucky items on GlitchStars merch shop under the Meimi tag. If you get my Meimi deck box, then you can put your own deck of cards in them. Wow! Or other lucky items on you at all times. And you can buy my standee, and you can worship to it every day for good gacha luck. That is sure to get you better Uma wins. And my Fumo. So if you get my Fumo, that is definitely. You know what? Actually, I can't really say anything about my Fumo. The Meimi Fumo is probably going to steal all your boba at night, but at least she will make you feel a little less lonely. You know, when you're crying in the corner. Voodoo doll. Yeah. Okay. Next one is Freeman. A general life reading. So here we go. Let's make him cry. I mean, so be careful what you're spending. Yeah, that's exactly. That's being careful. Carefully spending it in the right place. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Raise your luck stat 1% per Fumu. Da-da-da-da. This is the 7 of Cups for Freeman. This is kind of a nice card, actually. I like the cups personally, but it does mean you're crying. I'm just kidding, it doesn't. It means you're a little emotional. It does mean cups is about emotions. Obviously, it's the water element, and it is usually about like your inward self. So your inward journey, in this case 7, is pretty far along. So in your recent past, up until now, you have been overindulging in your daydreams. You have been watching too many VTubers. How could you? How could you? You should only be watching me.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Crying fever by last tower reading Black Vid. I did give him a pretty bad one last time, right? This one is saying, wake up and face reality! Are you gonna take the pill? Yeah, it's not a great card, but it looks very pretty. It's okay, I always get that card. My deck tells me to wake up. Next card! Ooh, Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords. Well, she is the queen, so she's the top of her class in this case. The Queen of Swords is somebody who embodies, you know, dazzling intellect, understanding, ability to concisely speak their words and put everything they, you know, mean into their communication. Somebody that you turn to for, like, guidance. Someone who will give it to you straight, even if it's a little harsh, but it's what you need to know, it's what you need to hear and see and do. So this card represents, like, you know, either a figure in your life that's going to be kind of like your mentor figure, you know, or somebody who is going to, just like you having to embody that as well at this point in time. Rather than being someone who daydreams all the time, you need to be somebody who is able to, you know, face the harsh truths in life and do what needs to be done. You need to know. You need to open your eyes to all. It's no longer shut. Okay, last one. Oh, 7 of Staves. Look, this woman, she's still fighting. Why is she always fighting? She has to grow so many sticks so she can fight. So the 7 of Staves is a card where she is kind of in a defensive position. She is... This is like, she's still fighting. She's still fighting. And she's finally gotten a little bit of the upper ground. You see, she's on the high ground. She's on the high ground now. There's still a struggle, but she sees the end in sight. there's success in your future, but there are going to be difficult people in your path, either purposely being annoying still, or just not being supportive. You know, just people in your life being haters or doubters. Okay, and you need to succeed despite them. Okay, it's saying you have to beat off the people and the you know, the bad, you know, influences in your life to get towards your real goal. Keep your prize on your mind. Eyes on the prize. Okay, so wake up, buddy. Okay, now go cry in the corner. Go cry in the corner now. Unlimited staves works. It's true, it's true. It's about the fighting. You've been overworking. Remember what I need to do and having fun while doing. Being creative is giving me lots of motivation. Yeah. A lot of the cards are very much like that. Stop watching VTubers, get a life. Only watch Meimi. Meimi's good for giving you life advice. Very certified, but please read my disclaimer. Remember my disclaimer. You consented to this, so it's fine. Okay. I think I have like... Okay, I have to get through Tobito's now, and then we have to like stop, and I have to play like... I have to play... driving! I have to pass my driving test, guys! God! Mom says I can't fail my driving test anymore. She's gonna take away my broom. Okay. This is for Tobito. Why does it always have to be love life? Regarding my love life, not sure how to frame the question. Well, you're screwed, but we'll see how screwed you are. Oh, we're pretty screwed. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. This is a 5 of swords in reverse. I'm kidding. This is your past. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. It's your 5, the 5 of swords. So yeah, it's not a great card looking at it, right? Because none of the cards are very happy in the swords, not gonna lie. Do you have trust issues? I'm sorry for exposing you on Maine, but you did pay for it. So here's your trauma dumping fee and your crying fee. Do you have trust issues? Well, this says that your up until now, your past problems have been because of your trust issues. This card literally just means you got defeated because of indecisiveness. You were indecisive. You didn't have trust in what you wanted and what other people wanted to tell you. So therefore, you were defeated. I don't know what to say. Okay, next one. Oh, you are so screwed. Okay. So we have the 9 of swords. Wow, look at her. She's got so many swords. Why is she sad if she has so many swords, right? So this is your present situation. I'm just gonna go on a limb and say you don't have a girlfriend. Or if you do, rip you. So this is like somebody who is suffering from depression. Someone who like stays up at night and they can't sleep because they just feel so tormented and anxious. But however, there is a good bent to it being reversed. Such a bad card upright means the opposite of it in reverse is actually good. It means that while you are suffering from depression, you are slowly going to ease away from these worries. You're slowly coming to an understanding. And I mean, you've had it so bad up until now. It really can't get any worse, really. Okay, last card, Viv. Oh. Major Arcana, but in reverse. What does that mean? What does that mean for you? Balance. Yamana. Oh, balance. XIV. Final Fantasy XIV. Just kidding. So... The 14th card usually means temperance and the major arcana in this case. Let me look up the goddess for you. Balance. Okay, she is a Santeria goddess. Ooh, I have no idea where Santarian goddesses come from. Yamana of the ocean, often called upon to provide rain. So water that brings forth life and nurtures the earth, like the waters of the womb. Whoa, that's okay. Very symbolic there. The divine balance between heaven and earth. So in reverse, it means imbalance. I don't rig these, guys. This writes itself. My gosh. Well, upright it means balance. Upside down it means imbalance. Inability to find peace within or with others. Lack of moderation. Okay, well, you're gonna fall for a red flag. It means you're gonna fall for a red flag, cry a lot, and give too much of yourself and not receive enough in return. You know, don't do that to VTubers and don't do that to lovers, okay? Please make sure your needs are being fulfilled just as much as you're trying to fulfill other people's needs. If it's not making you happy anymore, make sure to step away and find someone else. But it's a major arcana, so it means it's going to be a really important person you meet in your life. Or just like a really important moment in your life. This is like a lesson you need to learn in life, I think. It's just something you need to encounter, really. Just sitting down with yourself and figuring out the balance you need in your life, the moderation you need. Yeah, Well, anyway, guys, I hope you guys liked that. And this is why you don't ask for your love life, and this is why you don't ask me about your love life, guys. Remember, we bear no responsibility for your fate, love life, etc. or lack thereof. It's not my fault. I asked for one to see how bad it is. We can pick it up some other day. I literally was going to do a longer stream today, but then I got dragged into Mario Kart. Ugh, the folly of having to play Mario Kart. How often do you do readings on Steam? Every few months, I would say. But we could do more. We could do another session later. Yeah, it seems like a lot of you guys need a lot of advice. Boy, do you need a lot of advice. You need like a follow-up. I'm just gonna say you need this card for your follow-up. This deck that just tells you like to go touch grass and stuff like that, and go get a sleep schedule and stuff. It's a pretty good wake-up call deck, if I do say so myself. I was dragged back into the tourney. I know, right? Anyway, let's do a group cleansing together, okay? Let's do a group cleansing so we all get better juju and kick whatever fumes that one gave off.
Majokko Meimi.
Wait, hang on, that's the wrong scene.
Majokko Meimi.
Okay, everybody. So, repeat after me. Okay, we're gonna do Meimi Mume times. And then we're going to set fire on the world. Alrighty? Ready? You ready? Okay. You know it, right? Exclamation mark, Meimi Mume. Yeah. It's like one of the only things I ever use around here. Okay. Meimi! Moo! May! Uh-oh.
Majokko Meimi.